The call came while I was standing in a foreign kitchen, staring at a window that didn't belong to me yet. Unknown number, international code. I almost ignored it. Almost. When I answered, there was music in the background. Soft, elegant, the kind you hear when people are pretending their lives are perfect. Then her breathing, fast, uneven. She stopped herself, swallowed. Why did he say that? I didn't speak. I didn't need to. She kept going, panic leaking through every syllable. The host, during the wedding. He said your name. He said I'd finally found stability after years of uncertainty. Everyone looked at me. Why would he say that? Why would he? I closed my eyes. In my head, I could see it clearly. Her white dress, her rich boss beside her, smiling like a man who thinks he bought happiness. Crystal glasses, applause, and one sentence, carefully placed, cutting deeper than any scream. I don't understand, she whispered. Did you tell someone something? I leaned against the counter. Outside, the city kept moving. New country, new air, new life. Inside me, everything was perfectly still. No, I said calmly. I didn't tell anyone. Silence, then a tremor in her voice. Then how did they know? That was the moment I knew. She wasn't calling out of guilt. She was calling out of fear. After we divorced, I left quietly. No scenes, no accusations. I moved abroad like a man running from his own shadow. That's what everyone thought. What they didn't see was how quickly she replaced me. 3 weeks. That's how long it took for her to marry her boss. The man she swore was just work. The man who used to text after midnight. The man whose name I pretended not to notice on her screen. At the time, I told myself I was imagining things. That love makes you paranoid. That trust means silence. I learned too late that silence is what betrayers rely on. She kept talking on the phone, her words stacking on top of each other, frantic now. People were whispering. His parents looked confused. Someone asked how long we'd been together, and I didn't know what to say. You know I didn't plan for this to happen so fast, right? I almost smiled, because she still thought this was about timing. This isn't your fault, I said gently. Her breath caught. I need to know, she said. Did you leave because of him? I stared at my reflection in the dark glass of the window. The man looking back at me didn't look broken anymore. No, I replied. I left because of the truth. She went silent, and in that silence, something inside her finally understood. This wasn't over, not even close. After the call ended, I didn't move for a long time. The kitchen light buzzed softly above me. Cheap apartment, temporary furniture, a life still in transit. She thought distance meant escape. She never understood me well enough to know. I don't run. I reposition. The truth didn't arrive all at once. It never does. It leaks. Small inconsistencies. Timing that doesn't line up. Smiles that arrive a second too late. Back then, while she slept beside me, I was already awake. Not emotionally, mentally. I remembered the first time I checked her phone. Not out of jealousy, but pattern recognition. The messages were clean. Too clean. Deleted threads. Gaps where conversations should have been. That's when I stopped asking questions. I started watching. Her late meetings always fell on the same days. Her mood swings followed a cycle. Her affection came in bursts, right after guilt. I told myself nothing. Outwardly, I was calm, predictable, safe. Inside, I was mapping everything. When the opportunity came to move abroad, I took it immediately. She cried, said distance would kill us. I nodded. Distance didn't kill us. It revealed us. From another country, everything became clearer. Phone records don't lie. Financial trails don't either. Hotel bookings under corporate accounts. Gifts disguised as bonuses. Her boss wasn't new. He'd been there long before the divorce papers were signed. I didn't confront her. I didn't need closure. I needed confirmation. So I waited. People like her always rush the ending. They mistake relief for victory. They think getting away clean means the story is finished. That wedding proved how wrong she was. The host's words weren't an accident. They came from a carefully written biography she approved herself, one that subtly rewrote history. Years compressed, timelines blurred, but one sentence betrayed her. A sentence that suggested overlap. That's all it takes. Society doesn't need proof. It needs doubt. That night after the call, she texted me again. "Please, I'm scared. Tell me what you know." I stared at the message until the screen dimmed. What I knew wasn't the point. What she thought others knew was destroying her. Her new husband would start asking questions. His family would replay the wedding in their minds. Every past date would feel suspicious now. "Trust fractures quietly," I typed a reply. "You don't need to worry," I wrote. "The truth has its own timing." 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. Then nothing. I imagined her sitting alone in some expensive room, dress hanging like a ghost, wondering which version of herself people believed. That's the real punishment, not exposure, uncertainty. I didn't win by speaking. I won by letting the truth breathe. And for the first time since everything broke, I slept peacefully. Because I finally understood something simple. I didn't lose her. I escaped her. Weeks passed. Silence became my ally. No calls, no messages, no explanations demanded. That's how I knew the damage was spreading. Panic doesn't disappear. It goes underground. It mutates. It poisons everything it touches. Then one night, another call. Same number. This time, no music in the background. Just emptiness. "His mother asked me today," she said. Her voice sounded smaller now, compressed. She asked how long I'd known him before the divorce. I listened. I always listened better than I spoke. I told her the truth, she continued quickly. At least part of it. I said we grew close after, that nothing happened before. But she didn't believe me. She laughed once, sharp, almost hysterical. She said timelines don't lie. I thought of all the timelines I'd memorized. Every date, every gap, every lie stacked neatly on top of another. "What do you want from me?" I asked. The question landed heavy between us. "I need you to say something," she said. "If you know anything, if you told anyone, just deny it. Please." He's starting to look at me differently. There it was. Not remorse, not regret, fear of consequences. I walked to the window. The city lights looked distant, uninvested. They didn't care who I used to be. "I never told anyone," I repeated. "I didn't have to." Her breathing quickened again. "Then why is everything falling apart?" "Because lies rot from the inside." "But I didn't say that." "I think," I said slowly, "that when people rush happiness, they forget to bury the past properly." She was quiet for a long time. Then, barely audible, "Did you ever love me?" I closed my eyes. I remembered the version of her I believed in, the woman I defended, the one I trusted against my own instincts. "Yes," I said. "That's why I left without destroying you." A sob slipped through the phone. "I can't sleep," she whispered. "Every time he touches me, I feel like he knows." That wasn't my problem anymore. "I need you to understand something," I said. "This is the last time we talk." She gasped. "Wait!" "I didn't plan revenge," I continued calmly. "I planned freedom. What's happening now is just gravity." Silence. Then her voice cracked. "So that's it?" I smiled faintly. "Yes." I hung up before she could say my name again. Somewhere across the world, she would keep unraveling, wondering who knew, what they believed, and when the next crack would appear. And me? I turned off my phone. Because the truth didn't need me anymore. It was already doing its work. And I was finally gone.